What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we got NFL Weekly Pick'ems Week 1, and I'm here with my guest, Dan. He's going to be the guest of the week.
What up?
What you can expect from this is we're going to pick who's going to win each and every game. Each week I'll have a different guest, probably rotate between 3-4 guys, and we'll compare each other's record on the screen before the video. And yeah, so that's the pick'ems. Let's get started. NFL pick'ems, week 1, first game,
Week
Thursday night
1.
football. Lions and Chiefs. Take it away, Dan.
I don't know. I'm excited about this. I've been watching like Good Morning Football religiously. That's like the only taste of football that I've gotten. And everybody's hyping up the Lions so much. Like,
Yep.
um,
They bite kneecaps, dude.
they bite kneecaps. No, but like seriously, they've been hyping them up and they've been saying like, "Oh, I just hope they don't fall flat on their face and get spanked 32-0, something like that." So, I think it's gonna be a good game. What we saw at the beginning of last season with the Lions, and even all throughout the season before injuries kind of took over a little bit, was a mad, crazy offense. And they've only gotten better with
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, who I traded for. He's on my fantasy team, so I'm kind of partial.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think that the Lions are more an up and coming pick
yeah.
than now. Like the Chiefs are now.
They're the dynasty.
Yeah, they're the dynasty. So I can't. I want to pick the Lions, but the logic in me is saying that the Chiefs win. I think it's going to be a great game,
Yeah.
but I think the Chiefs take it.
You think it'll be a high-scoring game?
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel the
Minimum.
same way. Yeah. So you're going with the Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
All right, I feel the same way. Just because the Lions' defense last year was like what was holding them down, they
Yeah, it
could
was.
barely start, or they could barely stop a nosebleed. So they were pretty bad. I think they were the worst in the league in total yards allowed per game. So
Yeah.
match that up with the Chiefs' offense, like whatever the team total is, I gotta lean the over for the Chiefs. There's gonna be a lot of points. Both teams can probably score in the 30s. A key factor
100%.
in this game is whether or not Chris Jones plays because of his contract dispute, whatever. But even if he doesn't play, I'm still going with the Chiefs until the Lions show they're like legit. Because
Yeah, no,
we
you
gotta
gotta.
see if they're the same old Lions or not.
Yeah, you gotta prove yourself before we start saying you're gonna beat the.
Yeah, I can't confidently sit here and say that the
Lions
the
are
the one that won the Super Bowl last year are gonna lose to the Lions who didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, barely.
So
It was
yeah,
the
barely.
Seahawks who kept them out, right?
no,
I think it was.
oh I don't know.
Anyway,
They
that
won. I
was-
think they won the last game against the Packers,
yeah, that's true.
but that was just to knock them out. All right, moving on. Next game, we got the Panthers and the Falcons. What you got?
That was a hard one to choose because they both kind of suck. Like, I mean, nobody has any expectations for either of the teams unless you're talking like Bryce Young or Bijan Robinson. Like, those are the only people who have any kind of expectations on them. Like, the team, I think we're all kind of expecting both teams to not do fantastic. So, I don't know. I went with Atlanta
Okay.
just because Bijan Robinson,
All right.
just because of Carolina's spotty defense and that literally I had no idea who to pick. I was staring at this game for 30 seconds, like looking at the numbers, and I was
What do
like,
I do?
"Yeah,
What is this?
Who do I pick?" Like,
Yeah.
I had no idea, but I kind of went with my gut. My gut said Atlanta, just because of their run-heavy offense. Plus, they got Desmond Ritter, right?
Yeah.
His first year starting with the team. Drake London. Who do the Panthers have on their offense besides?
They have
Bryce Young?
Adam Thielen. They have they signed Miles Sanders.
I forgot about that.
They got him. They drafted a receiver from Ole Miss, Jonathan Mingo. But besides that, not much
Yeah,
receivers.
their receiver one is what 36 years old.
Yeah,
Not really.
30 in his 30s.
In his 30s, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Atlanta. I'm locking it in.
All right. So Atlanta's actually kind of my sleeper team. I think they'll make some moves, but it's hard to pick week one because we don't know what these teams are. But I definitely agree with you. I'm leaning Atlanta. I think we go with Atlanta. They got they got young talent there. They got weapons. They improved that defense. They signed Calais Campbell. He's pretty good, but he's aging.
I forgot he was still in the league.
Yeah, they just traded for Jeff Okuda, who was like the former third pick overall in the draft by the Lions. I think he's only like his third, fourth year or something like that. But when I look at the Panthers, usually the first game rookies don't do good, and plus, like you said, they don't have like any big receiving threats.
Yeah.
They have Miles Sanders that'll help in the run game, but I think all signs are pointing to Atlanta, so I'm going with Atlanta.
Safe pick. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's just week ones are hard because you just never know.
Yeah, it's anybody. Honestly, picking things is hard because anybody can win any game. It takes one little second.
When the Jags were buns, they beat the number one Bills like a couple years ago, 10-9.
Yeah,
so
that was funny. Excited.
All right, next Cincinnati, Cleveland. So take it away. Go start your round, Cincinnati.
The Battle of Ohio, man.
The Battle of Ohio.
The Battle of America's armpit.
Ohio exists?
I think. I've never been.
I've never seen it before, so I can't say.
I don't even know. Is the capital Columbus? Anyway, you have to be an idiot not to pick Cincinnati. As much as it pained me to click Cincinnati on my phone with their dirty, just I don't like Cincinnati. But Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase,
peace.
That's literally it. Like they have T. Higgins too, which arguably may or may not be the best wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. If the Dolphins didn't exist, it would be undisputed.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be undisputed. But their run game, I'm not a big believer in Joe Mixon, especially since he hit that 27 and, decline after 27 is typical for running backs. But just their pass offense alone and their pretty decent defense, I have them going over Cleveland. Especially, I think it's going to take, what's his face? Deshaun Watson a couple games to
get going.
Yeah, to get going. Like he hasn't played football, like actually been in a rhythm playing football since I think 2021, 2020.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like he played the tail end of last season, and
yeah,
that's not enough to get in a rhythm. And he's been doing decent in preseason. He has Elijah Moore and Amari Cooper. So I'm not saying that the Browns are gonna like absolutely like bomb this game and it's gonna be a blowout like 50-0. I think it's gonna be a good game, but Cincinnati's gonna win.
All right. Well, call me an idiot because I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns. Oof.
All right. I like that pick. I'd rather them win than Cincinnati, but
yeah,
I want to be right.
Here's the thing. I'm mostly picking them because week ones are weird, right?
Week ones are weird.
There's a lot of weird things that happen in week one, and this is a division game. The Browns are home. I feel like all things are kind of pointing to a Browns upset. Like, it's week one. It's at Browns, and when I look at the Browns, their strength, I think, is in their secondary, which is good because Cincinnati's strength is probably their passing offense.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this would be the first time Deshaun Watson will be able to, he was able to practice during the offseason with the Browns. Because last year he was suspended, so he couldn't. And I think he played so bad because he was just thrown in there with those guys without building that chemistry. So I think now he's going to build some chemistry. That O-line is still good. And they just improved on their weakness, which I thought was the run defense. So they fixed that. Not like the Bengals are going to run all over them or anything, but with that, I'm going with the Browns. Week one, upset. So, and it's not to say the Bengals are bad or anything. I love Joe Burrow, and that's another thing. He kind of got hurt during training camp. So
yeah. He practiced for the first time,
yeah.
I think Thursday or something.
So I don't know if that's gonna affect him or not. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the upset with the Browns, and I'm not gonna say like the Browns are a better team. I think Deshaun Watson will have an opportunity to go back to when he was actually really good, and just maybe just have his way with the Bengals. You know, he just has that touch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's got the touch, all right. Even if you don't want it, he's got the touch. Where did you rank them in your divisional rankings? The Browns.
The Browns?
Yeah. You have them at 2 or 3?
I had him in 3.
3. Oh, because the Ravens.
Yeah, I was honestly very close to putting them in second, but Lamar stopped me.
Lamar is a monster.
Yeah, so I'm trusting the Browns for that one. All right, next one. Jags at Colts. What you got?
Jacksonville. I'm not gonna say you're an idiot for not picking Jacksonville because that didn't work out last time. But I mean, Jacksonville is a legit team. They proved that last year with that 27. Was it 27-0 or 27 to?
It was 27-0, I think.
27-0
against the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, against the Chargers, and they came back. Like they added Calvin Ridley. He got back after suspension.
Beast.
So
He's a beast.
That offense this year is going to be absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Like Travis Etienne, Tanks Bigsby, and Calvin Ridley. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, who, he's good. Their defense is good. Just everything about the Jags this year is trending up. Like Indiana, Jonathan Taylor's not playing. Jonathan Taylor, I really hope that he can, revive his career. I legitimately am worried that he's going to turn into another, Le'Veon Bell, where he was so good with the Steelers. And then...
Do you think he plays with the Colts again? Or do you think he gets traded, force his way out of there?
I don't know. That situation is so weird.
So messy.
It's so messy. The thing with, their owner, Jim Irsay,
he's stubborn.
Yeah, no, just his weird comments. What did he say?
He said,
if I die and he dies, no one's gonna know we exist.
He's like, if I die, no one's gonna care. If he's out of the league, there's gonna be some other running back that takes his spot. Which he kind of got a point, but
he has a point.
That's still out of pocket to say.
That's not how you should run a team. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah. I think. Where do you think he would go if he forced his way out? Because the Dolphins.
The Dolphins tried really hard to get him. But they wanted freaking Waddle, and then they said they wanted Wilkins, and then they wanted a first-round pick. It was too much. They weren't budging.
Yeah, no, I see what everybody's saying, you don't want to pay a star running back money, but you want to get, star running back picks for him.
What about AR? What do you think of AR?
I think he's cool. I think Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, just from the pure,
explosiveness?
Yeah, true athlete.
Do it all.
Who needs Jonathan Taylor when you borderline have a running back throwing balls? I don't want to start the AR's a running back, stuff. But, the Colts, they're not good now, but if they can build around Anthony Richardson, I think the future's looking up for them. But not this year.
Not this year.
No.
Well, call me an idiot. I'm taking the Colts.
No, I
just
specifically
kidding.
did not call you an idiot for that reason.
I'm going with the Jags. The Jags, I feel like, are the most confident team to win the division.
Oh yeah.
Because the division is not that great, and the Colts are looking like they're gonna be rebuilding. They don't have much weapons for AR over there. Not much help. The O-line is still a little shaky.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah, they have Michael Pittman. Yeah, but that's it. They have Alec Pierce too. I think he's solid, but he's more like a that slot guy, that white slot.
They traded away Paris Campbell.
Yeah, they got rid of Paris Campbell. That defense I think is gonna be a little shaky because I don't think they're gonna. I don't know. Can you name anyone that's secondary? I know they got DeForest Buckner and Shaquille Leonard, so that run defense should be good.
Does Dwight Freeney still play for the Colts?
No, dude, he's been long gone, dude. Well, I'm going Jacksonville just because of Trevor Lawrence. They got the quarterback. They got Etienne, and they got Calvin Ridley with Christian Kirk, and they got weapons there. O-line, it might be a little shaky. The defense might be a little shaky, but with Trevor Lawrence, I think they'll be able to outscore teams. So,
Oh yeah,
going
definitely.
with Jags. All right, moving on. Tampa Bay, Minnesota. Who you got?
I picked Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Because I feel like all these, we haven't come across a team yet in these pick'ems where we're like, oh, they're gonna win because of their defense. Like their defense is so good. Like Minnesota has Kirk Cousins. The game isn't a primetime game, right?
No,
All right, so Kirk Cousins is gonna be good.
It's not a prime time game. He's good.
Justin Jefferson. I'm having a brain freeze. Who's the receiver?
Rookie?
Yeah,
Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Jordan Addison and their running back Matheson.
Madison?
Yeah, Matheson and Addison. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, that's so confusing.
Whoa, Hunter.
Like they lost Dalvin Cook, but when you kind of look at things from a stats perspective, they're really like Cook was the better running back, but there wasn't such a skill drop.
It's probably one of the easier positions to replace.
Yeah.
So
I think their offense is going to be just as powerful as it was last year, if not more powerful. With the addition of their new receiver. Defense, But when you look at who they're going up against, Tampa Bay that team is old. Like when you think about it, besides Rashad White, like their quarterback is Baker, right?
Yeah, Baker.
Baker, who is just being passed around the league like a blunt. Like, one season. And then you got Mike Evans, who, what was it, yesterday? He gave until Tuesday. Until Tuesday to give him a new contract. So
he might not be there long.
Yeah, he might not be there long. Chris Godwin, ACL 2 years ago. He's kind of old. So just the age and, they're kind of a broken team. So.
Yeah, it looks like they might be rebuilding. We'll see. I actually think they'll be kind of like a sleeper team. They're still kind of solid, but I gotta agree with you. Go with the Vikings. That offense, I really like Kirk Cousins. He's definitely one of the better quarterbacks in this league.
He doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, and he doesn't get enough love. Well, he's gonna get a lot of love in Tampa, but you got Justin Jefferson. He's get out of the way, man. I got Justin Jefferson. He's definitely the top guy when it comes to like wide receivers in the league. He's a beast. He can go out. He might even get 2K yards this year. Who knows?
Hey, don't jinx him. Actually, no, he hasn't been on the Madden cover yet, so he's good.
No, yeah, he's good. But the thing that worries me is that defense, bro. That defense is what made them lose that playoff game against the Giants. That defense is so bad, bro.
No, that defense was good. Danny Dimes took over that game, and Saquon took over that game, and.
Well, that's easy to do when you're playing the Minnesota defense.
Okay. Come on, man.
That's an NFC North defense. They all suck. I think they're like at the bottom with the Lions with total yards allowed. And Baker, they could be making moves there in Tampa. But
Baker's not a horrible quarterback.
Huh?
Baker's not a horrible quarterback.
He's not horrible. He got weapons. He got Evans, Godwin, They got that young tight end, Auden, something like that. And they got the two young running backs. They got a running back committee, so if one goes down, it won't be such a big deal. And they still have that defense, too. They got Antoine Winfield. They got...
Levante David.
Who? Levante David. But like you said, he's getting old, too.
Yeah.
But who's the hell? Devin White. And then they invested a lot in that D-line, so that D-line might be solid. Or not mine. I think they will be solid. So I'm still going to go with Minnesota. I'm just going to trust their offense. And they did... they got Brian Flores as their defensive coordinator.
I know, I saw that.
So I think they might make improvements. So I'm leaning Minnesota. Next, got Tennessee at New Orleans.
New Orleans.
All right, Take it away.
I think this whole offseason we've been hearing about the Jets, and that's all we've been hearing about. Jets. We'll get to that. I have so many thoughts on the Jets, man.
You have thoughts on Jet Life Stadium?
But New Orleans, what coverage have they gotten? Like
none.
Yeah,
I
they
feel like.
love or hate Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is a very capable quarterback. And you pair him with Chris Olave and possibly maybe a healthy Michael Thomas. Like that's
Possibly.
Yeah.
Slant boy.
For 2-ish weeks.
Yeah.
For that 2 weeks, that offense is gonna go crazy.
Yep.
So I'm not saying like Saints to the Super Bowl and all that stuff, but I think the Saints, kind of like you're saying, sleeper teams. I think the Saints could be a very good team this year. So obviously, I picked them over Tennessee because what's going on with Tennessee's quarterbacks?
I feel like they're gonna ride with Tannehill, but I feel like
they draft one every year.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be the same situation that happened with Mariota last year, where he got replaced mid-season.
Yeah.
So it's either gonna be Will Levis or Malik Willis, but it's weird that you got the two young guys.
Yeah. So just based on that, like D-Hop is in.
He's in Tennessee.
Yeah. So
I'm
that
not
offense, I'm
off.
sure. Yeah, no, definitely not. That offense
a lot
has improved, but I think that from a strength perspective, New Orleans is a good team. Especially, this is the first team that I can confidently say they have a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they do.
So,
are you high on Derek Carr?
I'm schmedium.
Medium.
I'm schmedium. I think that he's gonna perform. Like, if you pick him up in fantasy, I think that you could definitely not have any regrets.
Do you think he'll be like, he's like a Baker Mayfield level type player?
I think he's just under Kirk Cousins level.
Because
Kirk Cousins doesn't really get any love, but like he's a very capable quarterback who can excel.
Like I would
do
safely
very
say
well.
Kirk Cousins is like a top 10.
All right, then Derek Carr is 13 or 14.
13, 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the Saints shoot because they got their quarterbacks, like, they know who their quarterback is going to be. They got Derek Carr. I think he's underrated, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I like Derek Carr even from his time with the Raiders. He had a tough end there with Las Vegas, but now he's at a new home. I think this team's going to fit him well. They got weapons. They got Olave. He's good.
He's going to do great this year.
Yeah, because they got Thomas back, but we'll see what kind of player he is. They got Kamara. Kamara got suspended. But they did sign, who's that running back? Jamal Williams. And they drafted Keandre Miller, I think, from TCU, maybe. So they got capable running back to take his spot until he comes back. The defense is still nasty. They're still going to show off. It's that New Orleans defense. Tennessee, they got the number one run defense last year, which is surprising. I didn't realize that. Their defense is definitely underrated. So that's what's gonna have to carry them, I feel like.
Yeah. Because
on the offense, it's not bad. Tannehill's not a bad quarterback.
No, I like Tannehill.
You got Tannehill, Henry, Hopkins. If you see like those three like a couple years ago, like that'd be like a goated team, right? But like now, who knows? Like Derrick Henry's been starting to get injured last year. They're gonna have to rely on him staying healthy the whole season for the offense to find success, I believe. Hopkins definitely helps, and then they got Treylon Burks number 2, and then after that, it's like who knows? I don't. With that, I got to lean New Orleans, so I'm gonna go New Orleans. All right. Next game, we got 49ers at Pittsburgh.
This is my first upset.
Okay.
I like both teams this year, obviously. I was so happy, like, to see the whole situation with the 49ers, Brock Purdy, like, that's something that you see in a movie. Like, Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant, yeah, right?
Mr. Irrelevant. Like, actually legitimately being good and, like, leading his team in his rookie season. Like, that's something that, like, when I was a little kid, like that I would dream about, and like he's living that dream.
Yep. Yep.
I think the 49ers have a good team. Debo Samuel had a really, really down year last year. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But they got Brandon Ayuk, obviously Christian McCaffrey.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
Which, if he can stay healthy, lights out. Like
Beast.
that team, obviously.
Fantasy killer.
Yeah, their defense, like well-rounded team. Everything about them
Mm-hmm.
looks good on paper. Like, arguably, probably could have gone to the Super Bowl if Brock Purdy didn't go down with the elbow injury last year.
Yeah.
But
that was huge.
all of that aside, I'm picking the Steelers.
Just hyped him up, or
Yeah,
a little reversal. A little
little
sneak.
reverse. I'm trying to do reverse psychology.
All right.
But no, I had this feeling in my gut like to pick the Steelers. Everything, all the buzz between Kenny Pickett and George Pickens. I really wanted him for my fantasy team. I was kind of hurt that Pickens got scooped up.
Yeah.
But just all of that buzz, like everything about the Steelers right now, like they're definitely trending up. Like you can't ever count out a team that's coached by Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. That streak he has too. Everyone's talking about.
Yeah. So I think that both Pickens and Pickett take a leap this year. We see
Pickens.
2021 Najee Harris. I don't know what last year was, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just feeling an upset.
All right. Well, I'm actually agreeing with you. I got the Steelers too.
Really?
Yeah, I picked them up with the upset too.
That's crazy.
What I'm concerned when it comes to the 49ers is the quarterback. Yeah, he had a good season last year, but like, Nick Foles had a good season. The key is like consistency.
That's true.
So I kind of want to see him do good again this year before like I'm sold on him. And another concern is that secondary. They have a good front seven, probably the best in the league. But when it comes to that secondary, man, it's kind of sketchy. They got rid of their two starting corners from last year, and they lost the safety. So they're like kind of rebuilding that secondary. And with Pittsburgh, I'm high on Pickens Pickens and Pickett. I'm high on Pickett.
And we forget that they have Deontay Johnson, who 2 years ago went off and was, I think, top 7 receiver.
Yeah.
In terms of yards and touchdowns. So they have 2 amazing wide receivers.
Yeah, and like even with that, like I think they're just gonna pass all over that defense. But again, question is with the Steelers O-line, will they be able to slow down that defensive line long enough for Pickett to throw the ball? We'll see. I'm kind of banking on it. And even if they struggle offensively, that defense is nasty. I like that Steelers defense. The only concern is like the 49ers is that secondary. They're gonna rely on Joey Porter. They signed Patrick Peterson, but he's like way past his prime, right? And they got Minka Fitzpatrick. Man, I wish he was a Dolphin still, man.
I was just gonna say that I was so mad.
We
That
didn't know how to
trade
use him.
and the Jarvis Landry trade,
Yeah.
kind of made me want to stop being a fan.
We didn't know how to use him. That was the problem. But he's a beast. He's an interception. The Steelers actually led the league last year in interceptions. I didn't know that. But they still had like a negative turnover differential. So they did invest on the O-line. So I think that'll help a lot. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking them. That's another underdog I'm taking.
That's a good pick.
All right, next we got Cardinals at Washington. We got Cardinals versus Commies.
Do you think the Cardinals win a game this year?
No, I honestly don't think so, dude.
Like
Who would they beat if they were to win one? That's the question.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't know.
definitely a rebuild.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Kyler Murray fan, and obviously he's out for a few weeks. But
Yeah, I think he's out for like 5 weeks or something.
their starting quarterback, Josh Dobbs,
Yeah,
came over from a trade a week ago. So
and he had no preseason action with that team.
no preseason. James Conner, obviously a good running back, but he's old. Injuries kind of got him last year. Um, Receivers, you got Brown.
You got Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
And then Andy Isabella. And then who the frick knows?
Yeah, so I think that they're just not a football winning caliber team this year. If anything, they're gonna tank. Like that's their only option. Like nobody's expecting the Cardinals to do good or win a game or anything. It's always just like they might try for 3 weeks and then fourth weekend they're gonna be like Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. That's gonna lead me to my question. Do you think if Cardinals tank, they'll take Caleb Williams, even if they do have Kyler Murray?
I think once Kyler Murray comes back, if he keeps on playing like trash, which he hasn't played like trash, but if he plays like trash, then they'll be like, okay,
you're out of here.
Yeah, and then start the rebuild around Caleb Williams. But the Commanders, they're a decent team. Like Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Dotson, Sam Howell winning the starting job.
Yeah.
I think they're a good team. They're a well-rounded team. It's not, like we're looking at.
They're like balanced. They don't flash anywhere, but like they're pretty balanced.
It's not like Minnesota where we're like, oh, their offense, Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin.
They got a flashy offense, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they have a decent offense. They have a decent defense. You put that together, and that's
you get a decent team.
You have a decent team. That's a team that's gonna.
That's how you build a decent team.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna win games and do well.
Yeah.
So, Washington, stamping it.
Stamp it. This is your lock of the week?
That's no.
No.
My lock for the week is I don't know. I didn't think about that.
I don't know. I would say Washington is a lock. I agree with you there. I'll take Washington. I like Sam Howell, dude. I'm surprised they didn't give him a chance last year.
Yeah.
But I think he'll play good. He got weapons on the outside. They got 2 running backs. Who knows what they're gonna do with Antonio Gibson?
Yeah, because he's kind of old.
Yeah, that defensive line is underrated. They got like a bunch of first rounders on there.
Yeah.
But let's see what happened with Chase Young. I don't know what happened with him. He tore his ACL in this last year. I don't know when he will play this year.
Yeah, no, that was disappointing.
They lost like a key linebacker in Holcomb, and he gets signed with the Steelers. Secondary, I'm not too familiar with, but it doesn't matter. They're playing the Cardinals. Give me that against the Cardinals. Like that defense, I think gonna be worse in the league. That offense might make some noise here and there. They might get a fluky win, but they're definitely the worst team in the NFL, in my opinion. So
I wonder what the money line is.
I think Washington is favored by like 8.5. I think that's the line. So I think it's like minus like 5, 6, maybe 700, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. All right, next, Houston at Baltimore.
Houston has a problem, man.
Houston, we got a problem.
Houston has a problem. No, I don't think they're a horrible team. I think nobody's gonna be like, oh, I can't believe Houston sucked this year. Like, we're all gonna be like,
where did this come from?
Yeah, we're not expecting them to be a great team. I think they have a lot of upside.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a top pick in the draft quarterback, surround him with decent weapons. I know Nico Collins is getting a lot of hype. That's why I've drafted him. So obviously I'm hoping that he kind of blows up.
Yeah, he's getting hype.
But, that offense I think it has enough for Houston to at least make it to 500.
Yeah, you can go 500?
Yeah, 500.
Yeah,
if they miss it, it'll be
with
like by one game. Dameon Pierce is a good running back. So obviously they're rebuilding, and I think they're making the right steps.
It's a super young team.
Yeah, to get there, but I mean they're going against Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a tough first game.
Yeah, they're going against Baltimore, who
tough test.
I mean, their offense: Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers,
Odell, and you can't forget Bateman. Go Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, so I think they're just gonna overwhelm the Texans defense. Remember that Week 1 game a couple years ago where we played. The Dolphins played the Ravens and they beat us like
Oh, like
50.
50 something to 10.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that game.
That's the first tough team to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it could happen this week. Just you're not expecting it. Like you look down once and then you look up and Lamar Jackson's like
He's right down the field.
yeah, 25 yards away.
Yeah.
So I picked Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this game will be closer than some think. I think it'll be like within single digits. But yeah, having Lamar Jackson the first week is tough. A mobile quarterback that's so fast like him,
Oh yeah.
it'll be tough to stop, even with like a young rebuilding Houston defense. So I don't think there's much to say. You know, I think Ravens pretty comfortably. All right, moving on. This old rivalry. Green Bay, Chicago.
That's gonna be a good game. I think it's just gonna be an exciting game because nobody has seen Jordan Love actually
Yeah, he's
start a
mystery.
season. Yeah, and nobody's seen Justin Fields play with weapons. Like they added DJ Moore, which I'm high on DJ Moore.
Yeah, I love
Like,
DJ Moore.
Yeah, like
I think he's really good.
so I think that's going to be a super fun game to watch. It's not going to be a blowout by any side. I think it's going to be even.
Yeah.
Obviously, the defenses are going to be kind of a question mark during that game. So the score might get a little bit out of hand.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I picked Green Bay, but I kind of want to change it to Chicago, just because of Justin Fields. Like Justin Fields is such an incredible athlete.
All right. Yeah.
And I'm not slighting Jordan Love at all. Like Jordan Love, Packers fans seem to think that he's gonna be like
The next Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, like he sat for a little while, just like Aaron. Now he inherits the team, which
The beast, dude.
which I hope that's the case, you know, because that would be so cool. But I just really want to pick Chicago.
So who are you taking? Dude? You got Green Bay or Chicago?
I'm picking Chicago.
Oh, you changing it?
I changed it last minute. I'm picking
All right.
Chicago.
Sweet. I agree with you. I got Chicago. Chi-Town, this is your time to finally beat Green Bay. Haven't beat Green Bay in forever. You're playing at Chicago, at Soldier Field. This is your This is your time, man, to go after Green Bay. It's your time. The dog. The dogs are barking. Green Bay. No. Anyway, I'm still sticking with Chi-Town. I'm really high on Justin Fields. He has to get his passing accuracy under wraps. He has to be more consistent. I believe he will be receiving with DJ Moore, and having DJ Moore will open up more space for the other receivers. They got young running backs, what's his name?
Herbert.
Khalil Herbert. That defense, that front line is kind of shaky, you know. But I like their secondary. I feel like their secondary is underrated. So hopefully the secondary gives time for the pass rush to get there, because the pass rush on this team is kind of weak. So with that said, I think Justin Fields can run all over Green Bay. I got Chicago. Give me Chi-Town.
Locked.
Not lock, but
Well,
I'll say
somewhat
Chicago.
locked, but like with those like dollar store locks. You know,
With
you
the
buy at
dollars, like the little paper meme locks. All right, next one: Las Vegas and Denver.
Ooh, another. Well, it's exciting for Denver because they got Sean Payton, but I kind of hope that I'm a Russell Wilson fan, like, so I kind of
He's
hope,
cooking.
I hope he cooks. I mean,
Cooks?
it kind of sucks that Jerry Jeudy went down.
Here comes Andrew.
He
You want
heard,
to say something about the Broncos?
he heard Denver and the hair on the back of his neck stood up and he was like,
You want to say anything? You want to say something about the Broncos?
I just heard Russ cooking.
Andrew, go. Take it away. Talk about the Broncos.
Well, what are you guys talking about?
We're
The
talking
Broncos.
about Vegas versus Broncos, and he was just talking about the Broncos.
Easy. What the heck? Who does Vegas have?
What does Vegas have, Dan?
Name me a cornerback
A cornerback?
corner?
Marcus
No.
Peters.
from the Raiders,
Yeah.
and he's good.
He's solid. He's all right.
He's solid.
I
kinda
couldn't name.
old.
I couldn't name a corner. I can't name a
Name-
single person on that
Name
defense.
10 people from the Raiders right now.
Really?
Bro.
Josh Jacobs
Devontae Adams,
Daniel Carlson.
Max Crosby,
Who's
Chandler
their
Jones.
Jeremy Jones.
Oh no, are you quarterback? Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, I forgot about that. Jimmy G.
Chandler Jones, Aiden O'Connell, Hunter Renfro, Josh Jacobs,
I
You
already
already
said
named
Zamir.
Josh
Zamir.
Jacobs.
I did.
All
All right,
name
Zamir
10
White.
Name 10 people from the Broncos.
Cortland Sutton.
Who's on the Broncos?
Sam J. Perine. That's two.
Samaje Perine.
Whatever. I don't know.
Samaje, no, yeah, he's on there. Samaje P. Ryan.
I already said
All right.
Cortland Sutton.
All right, all right. Well, what's your breakdown? Why are they gonna win this game?
Gonna win.
That's
we have,
it?
We have superior defense. Raiders' offense is not proven. To be fair, our offense isn't proven either. But
Can Patrick
with,
Surtain
with our new
contain
coach,
Devontae Adams?
huh?
Can Patrick Surtain contain Devontae Adams?
Oh, I pray.
I pray. Can he
I pray.
lock down? Can he lock down any receiver?
Ooh.
Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Satan.
Patrick Surtain can guard any receiver, but like I feel like Devontae Adams is his kryptonite, or that's what it
His
was.
kryptonite?
That's who it was last year.
Yeah.
Last year it was, but we'll see this year. We'll see.
I don't know.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Do you believe in Jimmy Garoppolo? Like,
No.
because it
No.
really doesn't matter who Devontae Adams is. If he has, like,
Who he's throwing to?
yeah, like if he's getting
who's throwing
thrown like crappy balls, he's not gonna perform. But
Yeah.
no, I picked Denver. I'm excited to see Russell. Hopefully Cook. Cortland Sutton is decent once they have Jerry Jeudy back. I mean, that's down the line, but
Yeah.
they're getting Javonte Williams
Jeudy.
back,
Devontae Williams. Yeah.
who I drafted him in fantasy. Obviously, traded him away for.
You traded him
Jahmyr
away
Gibbs. Yeah, for Jahmyr Gibbs.
for Jahmyr Gibbs? Oh yeah, I remember that dude. That was such a robbery, dude.
It was not a robbery
I think
because
it was a robbery.
here's my pitch on Javonte Williams. All right, he's young, so he's gonna bounce right back from that ACL surgery.
All right.
And who's their coach? Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
How did Alvin Kamara do when he was young, playing under Sean Payton?
Are you saying
So,
you saying he's the next Alvin Kamara?
he could be
He could be.
just out of the backfield.
But he's not a receiving back, I don't think.
Anybody can be a receiving back if you throw them the ball.
I guess. Good point.
But anyway,
You got Broncos?
I got Broncos.
All right. I don't like this Las Vegas team at all. They seem a mess. I feel like they were hoping Tom Brady would go to them after he left
Technically, he
Tampa.
did.
Yeah, and then they were like, all right, he left. Who do you got left? All right, Garoppolo, come over here. Then pick up Garoppolo. That defense, it looks bad, dude. The only thing I like about that defense is they have a good edge rusher trio. They got Max Crosby, he's a dog. They got Chandler Jones, he's a dog. They got Tyree Wilson out of this year's draft, he's a dog. So that's the only bright side on that defense. And like we mentioned earlier, they have Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs on that team. So the offense they will put points on the board. But Denver, that'll be tough. Sean Payton will fix up that defense. Not like it's broken or anything, but they got Justin Simmons, right? They still have Justin Simmons. They got Patrick Surtain. Front seven should be solid. And I'm just banking on Russ being back to his old self as well. So
Yeah, last year was weird.
give me the Broncos. Give me the Broncos. Next, your team, Philly
That's not my team.
at
That's
New
not my
England.
team.
Take it away.
Philly. Easy match.
Yeah,
Just
I agree with you. I got Philly too.
I feel like it's so redundant for me to talk about Philly. Like I can go through and name Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith.
They got most of the same crew back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
their defense was a top-notch defense last year.
Georgia Eagles, yeah.
Georgia Eagles.
That defense.
Nobody really left from their defense last year, right?
No, not really. Well, they lost a linebacker, and I think that's it. And Javon Hargraves,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Um,
But they got so much depth on that defense, it's
Yeah.
crazy. That D line is nasty.
that D-line is good.
They're all, I think, from Georgia too,
I know. That's
or most of them.
yeah. So I think obviously Eagles are a heavy Super Bowl favorite. Remember last year when you were like, Eagles are going to Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I was like, Eagles?
Yeah.
What?
They were a stinky team last year.
But, yeah, they don't even need a running back. Like, who's their running back this year?
Who is it? They got the guy from the Lions.
Oh, DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift, and the guy from Seattle. Rashad Penny. Yeah.
So they really weren't a running back heavy offense last year, but
they were a running heavy team.
Yeah,
they ran a lot.
Yeah, but I think they kind of upgraded because Swift is good. I like Swift.
Swift is solid. Yeah.
But then when we talk about the Patriots,
I feel like they're always good defensively.
Yeah.
But then without Tom Brady, like, what is that offense?
How many years are we gonna give
Mac Jones?
Like,
yeah.
And then
they cut both their backup quarterbacks and put them on the practice squad.
Yeah. So who if Mac Jones goes down, who's gonna be taking the snaps?
Yeah, I did like Malik Cunningham during the preseason.
Yeah.
He seems like a baller. He can like play anywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that the Patriots are gonna be like the Cardinals and
Yeah.
I think the Patriots are gonna hold their own because it's a Bill Belichick team.
They look that like a Bill Belichick team nowadays. It just looks like a mid team.
Yeah.
It looks like a mid team. Not gonna lie.
And then they always somehow, they're not gonna go to the playoffs or the wild card, but they're not gonna be an embarrassment. I heard
they'll win some games.
Yeah, I heard some analyst say like Robert Kraft made a comment about how like if the Patriots aren't gonna perform this year, then it might be time to move on from Bill Belichick, and I was like, that sounds like a Reddit theory. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. I might have to agree with him. Bill Belichick, he's like an old style coach, and some people say that Tom Brady made him, but I don't know, man. It's the Patriots. They're kind of mid this year.
Oh, yeah,
who cares about the Patriots, right?
Not us.
All right, moving on. We got the Dolphins Dolphins at the Chargers. Dolphins, easy.
Dolphins.
All right, moving on.
That team, if they stay healthy, can win a Super Bowl. And I'm not even like I know I'm wearing a Giants hat, but I'm kind of split between the Dolphins and Giants.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a bias. Like, look at that team weeks 1 through 3 of last year when both Waddle and Tyreek were averaging like 20 fantasy points a game. Like, they were absolutely going off. We're kind of like the Eagles when you think about it. Like,
yeah, that's what I was
like
thinking.
we don't really run. Like, we don't need to run because we have, I'm calling it right now, the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. Obviously our defense too. We've always had, decent defense. But it's gonna be a good game because the Chargers aren't a slump either.
They're a solid team. They got good players there.
Yeah, no, especially because we kind of when we think of the Chargers, we remember like, oh, they blew a 27-0 lead, but up until that point, they were a stellar team. And you have Austin Eckler aging, and
I mostly put the blame on the coaching. They need to make adjustments. I feel like their coach is overrated.
Yeah,
and I feel like the key here. I got Dolphins as well. I feel like I think we're gonna be too fast for them. Our team is crazy fast. Now, for us to have a good season, I think we're a sleeper for the Super Bowl, but we gotta stay healthy. That's our thing, man. And the preseason's been killing us because we've been getting hurt.
And but Tua's fat now, so he can.
Yeah, but the concern with this team is the cornerback depth. They got Xavier Howard, yes, but who's gonna play across from him? That's what kind of freaks me out. But I do think we have a chance. We could be contending for a Super Bowl, but we gotta. It's gonna be hard. We gotta go play against the Chiefs and the Bengals. So I think it's definitely a bold take, but it's a bold take. I'm riding. Let's go.
Let's go.
But the Chargers,
we're both riding that.
Yeah, the Chargers. They're a good team. Justin Herbert was taken right after Tua. Now imagine if we had Justin Herbert, we wouldn't have to worry so much about our quarterback. But I'm not gonna complain with Tua. I'm
Bro,
not gonna
Justin
complain with Tua.
Herbert's toughness is wild. I was watching
Yeah, he's
Monday
so
night
chill.
when he broke his ribs. And
He's tough.
the game-winning drive, or maybe they lost, but anyway, he threw a touchdown. I think it might have been the game-winning drive with broken ribs. Stayed in the game. Like, no hate on Tua. Actually, no hate on Tua. So I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I don't want him telling me to keep his name out of his mouth.
Nope.
Bless you.
Keep my quarterback name out of your mouth. But yeah, I think what wins this game, some advantage we have that we will take. We have over the Chargers are speed and coaching.
So fast.
So I think that's what's going to lead us to win. All right. Moving on, we got the Rams at Seattle. I feel like it's an easy one.
Yeah, the Rams.
You got the Rams?
No.
I'm going to say I got Seattle.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Seattle.
The Rams?
Yeah. I feel like the Rams are like trying to rebuild without rebuilding.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're just content with not being good. Like, Cooper Kupp is aging out and dealing with injuries. He just had a setback with his hamstring a couple
The
days ago.
Hammers.
And Matt Stafford aging. Who's their running back? Cam Akers?
Yeah, Cam Akers still. I feel like they're like a skeleton of what that Super Bowl team was.
Yeah, that was so weird. Like,
That was
how
like a
can
short
you-
Super Bowl window.
Yeah, how can you win a Super Bowl 1 year? Like last year, everybody, or the year after they won, everybody was like, they haven't really lost anybody. Like, they're gonna be such a great team this year.
Yeah.
Like, what happened, bro?
Matt Stafford went down early. They had to play Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I think the injuries got to them that year, and that kind of like ruined their team.
Yeah, probably.
So their like Super Bowl window was only like 2 years.
Yeah, no, Aaron Donald almost retired after the Super Bowl and was like, "No, I'm coming back for one more."
One more.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, but I'm high on Seattle too. Geno Smith.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think he's gonna play better, but if he plays the same as he did last year, that's still good. And
Their wide receiving core.
yeah, they have a good trio.
Yeah.
Good trio. Kenneth Walker at running back. The O-line only got better. The defense only got better. They drafted cornerback with what, like the top 10. What's the top 10? I don't know. They got Tariq Woolen. He's good. And they got Witherspoon they took this year. So that cornerback tandem should be good. And just for that, I feel like Seattle's a sleeper for that division. So I'm going Seattle.
Let's bring back the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, 12th man. Legion of Boom.
What a time to be alive.
I feel like they always have a good secondary, too.
Yeah. Honestly, if I could go back in time, I would go back to like the height of the Legion of Boom.
Dude, that was a good
Like-
time. That was a good time.
So much hype. Marshawn Lynch, bro.
All right, I'm interested to hear your take on this next game. Dallas at New York.
New
Yeah.
York.
Dallas at Giants.
New York. I could talk for like an hour about New York. Like, I know I'm kind of watching like biased media. Like, I'll pull up like other Giants fans
Yep,
talking on about all the moves we made this offseason, but let's break down some of these moves we made. Okay, we re-signed Danny Dimes, which some people hate Danny Dimes, but you're an idiot if you hate Danny Dimes. He can ball out. He balled out with he balled out with like Walmart brand receivers last
Yeah.
year. But
Isaiah.
and Isaiah Hodgins and Darius Slayton, they're good receivers.
And they drafted a good receiver, too.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt,
Yeah,
who clocked like 24 miles an hour, which
he's fast.
the
He's-
one drive that he played, or that I actually saw him play in the preseason, he absolutely burned the secondary.
Yeah, didn't he
For a
burn
touchdown.
didn't he burn Sauce Gardner one play? During the
I don't know.
preseason?
I couldn't watch that game.
Oh. I
wish
think
did.
there was a play where he actually like burned him.
Yeah, but bro, the kid is so fast. The only thing that kind of worries me is he's not a big receiver, so he hasn't really dealt with crazy injuries in college. But I just hope that he can stay healthy. So you got Jalen Hyatt.
Yep.
They brought over Paris Campbell,
Yep. And who's the big one?
Saquon.
I was gonna say
Saquon?
Waller.
Oh, I was getting to that.
Oh, go for it.
I was getting to that. So the one drive that I watched, that all the Giants starters really didn't play at all this preseason. Like, We didn't even play against the Jets. But anyway, the one drive that I watched, Danny Dimes went 4 back-to-back times to Darren Waller, and they were all gains of like 10 to 14, just back,
Just
back,
big plays.
back. And I'm so excited for this offense. You saw what we were able to do under Brian Dable with, a
Yeah, I like
shaky,
Dable.
yeah, bro,
He's
like
a good coach.
he's great. And then we added people to our defense. First round, I think it was first round pick. I might be,
This year?
yeah, we
Banks.
yes, I wanted to say
Something
that, but I
Banks.
didn't want to be wrong because that'd be super awkward.
Cornerback from Maryland.
Yeah. So added him, Isaiah Simmons, and Boogie. I don't know his actual name. I just know Boogie.
Boogie.
So we've only gotten better.
Yeah.
So the only thing that kind of worries me is we have one of the toughest strength of schedules.
Yeah. Just playing in that division is tough.
Yeah.
Playing the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah. So Giants, obviously, I think the Giants are going to be fantastic, and I'm so excited to watch them because the Dolphins, I expect them to be good.
Yeah.
I saw them last year be probably one of the best offenses for that 3-week period. Giants are a bit of a question mark, but I'm so excited. And Cowboys, everybody always hypes up the Cowboys. Cowboys always disappoint. I mean,
You think they're gonna throw a stinker this game?
I think it'd be really funny. Imagine
Giants
first game in, Trey Lance.
Oh,
gets
Trey
subbed in.
Lance.
That'd be so funny.
That'd
But
be crazy.
the Cowboys are a good team. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the Cowboys suck. They suck. But they are always so hyped, and then they underperform. And so I have Giants beating Dallas.
Okay. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I actually got the Cowboys winning this game. Just because I'm high on them. I think they're going to be a Super Bowl contending team. They might be one of my Super Bowl picks. We'll see. I'm just really high on this team. I think Dak Prescott, he's going to hear all the hate. I think he's going to bounce back. I don't think he's going to throw 14 interceptions like he did last year. And I definitely don't think he's going to throw some deep pass to Deuce Vaughn like he did during practice.
That was wild.
That was wild. The guy's 5'5", and he was double teamed.
When I first saw the first video of him running, I thought it was fake. I
That
was
was
like,
such a bad video. Yeah, he's so tiny, but he can run the ball. He's kind of. I think him being small is gonna make him harder to tackle.
oh, definitely. It's like, where'd you go?
Yeah, and they have Tony Pollard. He's a great running back. They still have CeeDee Lamb.
He's young too. CeeDee Lamb is young.
Yeah, and they got Brandon Cooks. He's a solid wide receiver too.
Yeah, and every single quarterback that Brandon Cooks has played for, he's been over 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah. So I think he's due for another 1,000-yard receiving year. And what really makes me high on this team is that defense. I think that defense could be nasty, dude. Micah Parsons, he's young. He's very young. Should only get better. They added more depth to the defensive tackle. They got Stephon Gilmore on there. And pair that up with Trevon Diggs. That secondary is going to be scary to play against. So, with all that said, not to discredit the Giants. I think they're going to be good too. I think that defense will be good. The dog is here. I guess that means the Giants are going to win this.
The Giants.
I think it's a sign.
Giants got that dog in them.
Got that dog. But no, they do got that dog in them. I do like Dexter Lawrence. He's a beast. Sexy Dexy. His little dance. I do like the Giants. They're a good team. It's just so tough. It's tough for them because they're in a division with Dallas and the Eagles, man.
Oh yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah,
That's
last
gonna be
year
tough.
was the best division in football.
Yeah, and they're having contract issue with Saquon, and they don't have that much receivers. I do like Hyatt though; he's gonna be good. And they got Waller. Waller's been making plays, but I don't think it's enough to get over Dallas. They might get one, but I don't think they'll get one week 1. I feel like once they get flowing, then they'll have an opportunity maybe to get an upset against the Cowboys their second time around. But for this week 1 game, I got Dallas while everyone's healthy at least. All right, last game. We got Buffalo and New York. at Jet Life Stadium.
I don't know I don't know what is greater, my hate for the Bengals or my hate for the Jets. And the hate for the Jets just really spite. Like, I mean, I've always hated the Jets with a burning passion, but I feel like this year it's burning even more. Like, I don't like the team. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like anything. Garrett Wilson's cool. I wanted him for my fantasy team, but I just hate the Jets. So obviously my bias took over, and I picked Buffalo because I really like Josh Allen. Like,
He's a cool guy. You can't hate. It's hard to hate him.
Yeah, I can't hate the Bills. Like, I don't know.
I love you, Josh Allen. Remember that clip you sing there?
I love you, Josh Allen.
I love you, Josh Allen.
Yeah, no, I don't hate the Bills. If any, I don't know. It's weird because, like, as Miami fans, like, you know, you should hate any team in your division.
Yeah.
But I legitimately, like, I don't hate the Bills. So I think that Josh Allen he's probably one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. They're just a good team, and I know that they're going to be playing with a little bit of urgency.
Yeah.
Especially how last season ended. That really sucked.
Yeah, dude. I feel like what happened during the end kind of ruined their season because, like, all the emotions they were going through.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to play with all that going on, which I think is why they lost in the playoff. Yeah.
Yeah, because, I don't know, I think they should have won the game against the Bengals. I know we're kind of getting off topic, but I think they should have won that game because the Bengals are a good team, but I don't think they warrant all the hype that they're getting.
The playoff team, or the playoff game, or the regular season game?
No, the playoff game. But anyway, back to the problem at hand.
The problem.
The problem of the freaking Jets, bro. Look at what Nathaniel Hackett did to
the Broncos.
Broncos.
Like, yeah. He's the offensive coordinator for the Jets.
Yeah.
It kind of ruined that offense for Broncos.
And look at the Jets' offensive line. Like, they had a joint practice with the Buccaneers. They were supposed to do 2 joint practices. The Buccaneers absolutely railed the offensive line, and they canceled the second joint practice. And the Bucs were like, "What the freak, dude? Like, we came up with 2 joint practices, and so they practiced with the Giants because the Giants can actually hang with good teams." But no, I'm kind of looking forward to watch this game because I hope Aaron Rodgers, especially now, is somebody who's kind of like he's past his prime, and he kind of has an inflated view of, like, he still thinks that he's prime Aaron Rodgers, and, like, you know, I could definitely see him being sacked a bunch of times and just absolutely shutting down. Like, you know how he was in Green Bay where he was just like, I'm done. Like, all the games that he played in, he just didn't have that same, like, Aaron Rodgers fire. He just kind of gave up. I could see that happening and him just hands off, being like, screw you guys. Like, I've been sacked 14 times this game already.
Yeah.
So, I picked Buffalo.
I feel like the Jets are going to make him contemplate retirement again. But I definitely agree with you. I got Buffalo too. One aspect of this game I'm looking forward to is the Bills' offense versus the Jets' defense. Just because I feel like this year the Bills are going to heavily rely on their offense to win games, whereas the Jets are heavily going to rely on their defense to win games. So that going at it, that's going to be a fun matchup. I don't like the Bills' defense that much. I don't think they'd be that strong. They're relying on aging vets such as Von Miller, and they're coming off of significant injuries.
Yeah, they are.
So, and both their safeties got hurt, I think, last year. Jordan Porter and Micah Hyde, and they're both aging as well. And Tre'Davious White, he got hurt last year, and he's aging. This defense just seems old. And when you look at
the team is old. Like, Stephon Diggs is 27, 28. Josh Allen is still...
He's still relatively young. Yeah.
But...
You got Davis, Gabriel... What's his name? Gabe Davis. Yeah. He still saw it. But then if you look at the Jets' offense, Aaron Rodgers is, like we said earlier, he's past his prime. I still think he's a good quarterback. He definitely make plays out of nowhere. But he got weapons. It's a scary team, but that offensive line is kind of shaky. I think that's just what's kind of gonna I don't think their offense is gonna be crazy or anything. I feel like they'll look scary on paper, but then once you play them, they won't actually produce as much. So with that, I agree with you. I got the Bills.
Let's go.
All right. So that's week 1. That's all the games for week 1. Next week we'll come back to the results, and we'll compare with the other guys. I'll include Rhett and Andrew. We'll make a little pick'ems league, and then I'll keep the results and show them before the videos each week. And next week I think we'll have Andrew. I think next week we'll have Andrew doing the pick'ems. So with that, we got all the picks done. Got through week 1. Let's get ready. Football is back. I can't wait. All right. And football! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Ooh, get that.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week.